Good day everyone. Today I will be discussing to you the table of specification, or in short the TOS. This topic will be presented by Elton Ken Savaliero and Joseph Talon. In this topic also you will learn what is TOS, what are its importance, and its purpose. At this juncture, I will discuss to you what is TOS. So a table of specification is a two-way chart that maps content topics against cognitive levels to show how test items are distributed. A table of specification is a planning tool that outlines the connection between learning objectives and the assessment items that measures them, and it shows also that content will be tested in which cognitive skills, for example, remembering, understanding, applying, etc. These are required to ensure the balance and coverage. The purpose of TOS is to align assessments with learning objectives. For example, if the object is solve addition of fractions, the TOS ensures that test includes application level fraction problems. And number 2 is to guide balanced test construction. For example, if decimals were taught for 40% of the time, the TOS assigns roughly 40% of test items to decimals. And the third one is to prevent random or biased test coverage. For example, without a TOS, a teacher might accidentally include too many remembering questions. So that is the purpose of TOS, to align assessment with learning objectives, to guide balanced test construction, and to prevent random or biased test coverage. And now we will proceed to the importance of TOS. What are the importance of TOS? So, number 1, it is to ensure validity. Why? Because that test measures what was actually taught. Example, a test with application questions only would be invalid if a lesson focused mainly on understanding. So, that is to ensure the validity of the test questionnaire. And number 2, it is to promote fairness. The students are tested according to instructional emphasis. For example, if geometry was only a small part of the unit, the TOS keeps it from dominating the exam. And the third one, it improves reliability. The test becomes more structured and predictable. Example, two teachers using the same TOS will create similarly balanced tests. So that are the importance of TOS. It is to ensure the validity and to promote fairness and to improve reliability. So that is very important in creating a test questionnaire. That's all. Thank you.
So hello students, we are now in the table of specification format. So in this format, we have these columns which are the learning competency, number of hours, percentage, number of items to be constructed, and the classification of objectives. So here in the classification of objectives, it is based from the Bloom's taxonomy or revised Bloom's taxonomy, and the learning competency, which are the define electrical technology, electrical diagram, and identify the different wire splices. So as you can see, this is a finished TOS. However, what I'm going to discuss to you is that how did I come up with these numbers? So the first one is the learning competency. So in constructing a table of specification, you just have to go to your lesson plan and identify the types of lessons you have already discussed. And you are already discussed and you're going to be included in your test questionnaires. And the second one is the number of hours. So in this column, you just have to identify how much time you have consumed during the lecture hours, or how much time you use in your lecture of that particular learning competency. So as you can see, the first LC is 6 hours, 4 hours, and 4 hours. So we have a total of 14 hours. So 6 plus 4, 10, and plus 4, 14. So how did I come up with this? This is based on the lesson log or lesson plan, and here in the percentage. How did I come up with this percentage? So the formula of getting the percentage is the formula of using of getting the percentage is you just have to divide the current number of hours of a particular LC to the total number of hours. So example, we have 6 and 14. 6 for a 1 LC, and the total for overall LC is 14 hours. So what you have to do is to divide this 6 by 14. After you come up with that, you have to multiply it to 100. So the result is 4.85. So we just have to round it off to 43 since we're not going to put decimal percentage. And to get that, and to get the other LC, to get the percentage of other LC, you just have to do the same way. So the formula is to divide the current LC to the total hours, or to divide the current hours of the particular LC to the total hours. And the test of item constructed is it's up to you of how much question do you want for a particular LC. So for instance, in this format, I want the first LC to be 30 items. So I put 30. So and for second is 15 and another 15. So I have a total of 60 items. So is it understood? So now we'll proceed to the classification of objectives. So how did I come up with these numbers? I come up with these numbers. It is based on the question. So in this phase, I set the number. Since I have a total number of items for the particular LC here, which is 30, so I divided 30 by 4. Uh, I set the 30 items to 4 classification of objectives, which are the remembering, understanding, analyzing, and creating. So since I have done this, so I just put 10 items for remembering, and 10 items also for understanding here, this one, and 5 items for analyzing, and 5 items for creating. So how did I come up with this percentage? So using in this format, I come up with this percentage by dividing the current items for a particular classification of objectives. So which means that 10 divided by 30 divided by 30, you can use your calculator if you're watching this video in order for you to clarify the computation. So 10 divided by 30, so we have 0.33, and multiply it by 100. So we come up with 33%. So that is how you're going to divide to get the percentage of the particular classification of objectives. This percentage, and you're going to do that in all the classification of objectives. See, it's all the same. And now, what we're going to do here is the total. How did we come up with the total? So we come up with a total by adding the all items that is belong to a certain classification of objectives. Example is remembering. So we have here 10 items and 5 items. So we have a total of 15 items. Alright? So after that, we're going to put 15 items. So what you're going to do next is to get the percentage. So 15 divided by 60 is 0.25. And you have to multiply it by 100 and you will get 25 or 25%. And you're going to repeat the process to all the uh, classification of objectives that has a number items. So here, with this, you can create your uh, test questionnaire. So I'm going to give you an example. So here is this one. Okay. So we're going to give this ask this question. So what is the primary function of a resistor in an electrical circuit? So this question is somewhat remembering. It's because it's like defining or yes, it's like defining the function of a resistor in an electrical circuit. So it is aligned with this objective, which is 1 to 10. So if in test 1, the 1 to 10 question is in the remembering realm or domain. So, so all these 10 items is aligned in the remembering phase. So we have this. So for the 11 is this understanding and yes. So why is copper a common material for electrical wiring? So if you cannot this type of question is if you don't have a comprehension, you can answer this because this is not the same with remembering. Like you're going to remember the definition of meaning. You're going to understand the question in order for you to answer. That's why it belongs to the understanding level or phase. So I hope you learn on how to construct a TOS, and thank you for watching.